Alrighty, guys. Appreciate you guys subscribe the NorMagnoTrading.com community. Click on the icon alert for making new videos. I really appreciate that. It helps the channel out a ton. Helps the community at NorMagnoTrading.com out a ton. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Just give us about, let's say, a minute. A minute from now, and we should be good to go. Alright, I'm live. Going over today's trading day. Up, down, 16K. Alright, there's that. Small caps, boom. Team ideas, boom. Alright, guys, give me about 35 more seconds here and I should be ready to go, okay? Did I post that already? Maybe I didn't. There's that. All right. All right, guys, give me about 15 more seconds or so. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the NorMagnoTrading.com community. Today's runners were AERC. We had Redbox. What else? We had GMVD. We also had KAVL, and then lastly Hills. All right, cool. We're live, guys. We're live. Give me about 10 more seconds. Set everything up. All right, there's that. Boom, done. Live. Boom, done. All right. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the NorMagnoTrading.com community. Click on the icon alert if you make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Helps the channel out a ton. And then without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here in about 10 more seconds. Alrighty, guys. So today, basically a slower day. HTC, we kind of was just oversized against stocks that were kind of channeling down and not worth the setup. And that's something that was actually not okay, kind of getting into my old ways, getting a little undisciplined, letting myself take HTCR when clearly on the backside here it failed. I had a chance up here, but I had accumulated too many shares to get out. Took a $13,000 loser. Blue was the only one that I really liked except AERC. If you look at the 1 year here, you can see here, this has been a chart that's just gotten demolished, had good news, finally starting to perk off the good news. But, nothing there. GMVD was one that I was able to come back on, was able to take some front side move. It seemed like this thing was, trying to show us movement. And then, I finally stopped out. The last stop out I had was on that loser there, GMVD. Lost about $1,000, and that was the last time I touched it. I was nailing GMVD. And then HUSA, again, trying to get long on the backside, too much size. I'd rather be up here with a $7 average with 12,000 shares than a 6 whatever it was average and then getting stopped out. It's just ugly. AERC, this one is my main watch going into tomorrow, guys, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. This has been one of the most volatile names in all small caps right now. And you can see here, we had an extension up to 14, right? Resistance, or tapped 14 there. We had a run back up, I believe, on Friday, where, this thing gave it, all the way from 8 up to 13 again. And then this went from 11 all the way up to 18. Now, the reason why I like this so much is the most volatile name. Also, it held breakout levels, right? So if you go back and look, you can see the breakout levels are about $14 a share there, right? Right in here, a little bit at 15. But the main support is at $14. It's tapped it here, tapped it there. We tapped it there. We finally broke through. We had a perk up, and then a retest of support, and then just a rip. And this retest and rip back through highs is why I'm so convicted on this trade. I love stocks that have a lot of volatility. This is it. I love stocks that can hold support levels and show that it's a multi-day breakout. This is it. 1, 2, 3 days of consolidation. Day 4, rip and ramp. The fact that the biggest reason of it all, guys, is holding this to $14 and then ripping like that. Usually these things will break down most of the time. But when you see something hold like that, it's showing big strength, and we're increasing volume, we're increasing volatility in the market. This right here, guys, is absolute textbook. And I'll keep circling this, I'll keep showing it to you. We're in a hotter market. This play alone has caused a lot of runners and a lot of rippers and a lot of extensions. You know, we can go back and look at HTCR or Red Box even. You know, this is a nice ripper and ramper, which, you know, I've played nicely on that in the Inherited. I believe I lock in about 330K so far in the Inherited. I have like a $7.40 average. But AERC, you know, seeing this thing tap that and then rip straight off it without any hesitation, what does that tell you guys? To me, it tells you the bulls are in control, the shorts are getting more trapped, and this thing has the type of range and volatility that, you know, it can go to 30, it can go to 40, you know, who knows? All I know is it traded $791 million today. This thing has been very volatile over the past 2 weeks. It's a textbook setup on what I call an extension and then a 3-day consolidation and then a breakout. It doesn't get any more textbook than this guy. So luckily, you know, I was able to take this move into the close. I had about 67,000 shares on this one, so I'm massive position. I started accumulating it. I sold about 3/4 of the position up into the I started selling at $18, $18.27, and then $18.41 were my sells for about 3/4 of the position, locking in about $53,000. And then I held my other 27,000 shares overnight. So and there's no way I could sell these shares unless we, you know, start breaking above 19 or 20 after hours. I might scale some. We'll see. But seeing that hold right there, guys, when easily, you know, this could be a fake out move and then a breakdown and that's it, right? In most markets, it'll come up. It'll break down, and that'll be it, right? And people will heavily short into this thing, and it'll break below 10 intraday. That's not the case at all. This thing held 14 twice. It then ripped very quickly off that level. It then ripped into the close, and it then ripped into after hours. Those 3 off 14, plus everything else that I just mentioned, is a textbook setup. So, you know, it might not work out. There's such things as offerings. There's such things as, you know, a lot of things in the market. Nothing is ever guaranteed. But what I can say is this is textbook setup right here. That's all it is. Now, I've been in plenty of textbook setups in my life where it's perfect and it doesn't end up panning out. Well, I'm willing to take those risks. You know, I scaled out 3/4 of my position. I took $53,000 in lockup. You know, right now we're up $26,000 after hours. I'm willing to take these risks. The setup, you know, if I take the setup multiple times, I would continuously take this time and time again, right? And if it gaps down to 16 to 12 to 8, I'm willing to take those risks. You know, because at the end of the day, I know this setup like the back of my hand. And I could go on and explain more and more reasons why I like it. But I put my money where my mouth is. I'm in a pretty decently sized position after hours. Again, the only way I can see myself scaling any more out of this is if we get above 19s or 20s after hours. If not, I'll probably hold overnight. And we'll see. You know, this thing almost traded $1 billion today. It is a textbook breakout today, and I'm really excited to finally get some type of movement back into the markets with some good volume and good liquidity. It's only up 38%, you know, in the small cap world, that's nothing. But seeing that range with that much liquidity, it is a decent amount. And that's it for me, guys. So, you know, I was down about 70 grand at the worst point today. I realized down 16 grand. We're up about $11,000 after hours thanks to the AERC overnight. It feels to me like shorts are really trapped in this one. You know, again, I could explain it over and over, but this higher lows, rip off of it, rip off of it, rip off of it. I mean, those 3 confirmations plus support plus, yeah. Anyways, I appreciate you guys subscribing to NoRightNoTrain.com community. Click the icon whenever you make new videos. I really appreciate that, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll answer the first 2 questions, actually, since I was so quick. First come, first serve, first 2 questions. I'm not going to answer anything about specific stocks. You can ask about setups. You can ask about anything. But I'm not just going to say that stock's going to go up, that stock's going to go down, because I truly never know. There's always 2 sides to every stock. You know, you never want to get overly biased one way or another. You can have conviction, that's great, but size in accordingly to your conviction. That's kind of what I explained on Redbox. You know, people were getting a little bit overly biased short Redbox. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Valuation, yeah, I get it. But price action is the only thing that matters in the stock market, guys. That is it. It doesn't matter valuation. I could show you Tesla, I could show you Nvidia, I could show you AMC, I could show you GameStop, and those defy all odds of valuation. It's price action is king, and that's it. That's literally it. You know, it doesn't matter if a stock's worth $3 billion market cap and it's trading at $30 billion. You know, it does not matter. When price action, when you start shorting that and you get into a Tesla type concept, good luck. You know, you're really gonna kill yourself on that one. How do you push size in weaker markets? You know, today I pushed too much size. I'll be completely honest. First time in the past week or so where I just straight up pushed too much size. I was trying to catch backside with too much size on stocks. I should have just stopped out and been done with them. That was a piss poor mistake by me. When it's slower markets and you push size, you just got to be very, very careful and be more and more even paying attention to what you're doing. More and more involved with every trade you take if you're trying to push size, because you can really screw yourself over with trying to push size at slower markets. And I've done it many times. Get more focused. Look at short and long setups. Don't just look at a one-sided thing. This is for more experienced traders, though. And I'm just explaining what I do at the end of the day. This isn't what you should do or anyone should do. I'm just literally just explaining what I do. But yeah, and I just get more focused. I look at short and long better. You know, if it's slower markets, generally shorts are better. Shorting is better than longing, so there's still opportunity. So maybe if you're oversized short. But you have to be extremely careful with that kind of stuff. So hopefully that kind of gives an idea of what I look for. So, alrighty, guys. That's it for me today. I appreciate you guys subscribe to the NoMac community. I will see you guys tomorrow. No, I'm not a quant. I trade on my own. I've just been trading for 4.5, 5 years now. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe. Click the icon over making new videos. I'm not a financial advisor. Trading your own risk. I plan to process strategy. Click the free link in the chat to join the chat room. That's where I spend all my time. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Study. Knowledge is power.